Falafel is such an amazing vegan source of protein, and it doesn't hurt that it's so delicious and easy to make either. There was this falafel spot in London where everyone at our office would eat lunch at every other Friday. We used to call it Falafel Fridays. It's been almost 15 years now, and honestly, I can still taste that wrap in my mind. Soft flat bread stuffed with crispy falafel, pickles, and extra tahini sauce. Yum. I think about this on and off, and this is how I recreated it at home. I'm using canned chickpeas for this. If you're using dried chickpeas, then just soak this in water overnight before using it. Just pour out the canned chickpeas along with the brine into a strainer and then rinse this in water a few times to get rid of any of that brine. Put the chickpeas along with an onion that's roughly chopped, couple of cloves of garlic, fresh parsley and fresh coriander into a blender. To this add salt, pepper, ground cumin and ground coriander. Blitz this until everything is blended, but don't blitz it too much because you still want bits of chunky chickpeas in this. In fact, it might be easier to first blend the onion, garlic, fresh parsley and coriander and then add in the chickpeas and pulse it in a few times. It helps to stop the chickpeas from becoming too finely blended, especially if you have a small blender like mine. Making sure that your chickpeas aren't fully broken down is what helps you get that nice bite to your falafel. Once you have everything in a rough blend, add in the juice of half a lemon, a couple of teaspoons of olive oil, and half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then pulse it a few times again just to mix things through. Give this a quick stir, and if you find that it's a little bit too runny, then add in a spoon or two of breadcrumbs and mix this through. It should be the kind of texture that you can form into balls by hand. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Line an oven-proof baking tray with baking paper. Scoop out a spoonful of that falafel mixture and then gently roll it between the palm of your hands to form flat balls, maybe like about 2 inches in diameter per falafel. Here's a close-up of how I roll these falafel balls. Place this on the baking pan and then drizzle with a little bit of olive oil on top. Now you can always fry these, but I feel like they absorb way too much oil, and then baking this still gives you a pretty crispy falafel. Just rub a little bit of the olive oil on top of each of the falafel and then pop this into the oven and bake for about 25 minutes in total. Now I'm on a bit of a Middle Eastern kick this week, so I will be making some homemade hummus in my next episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on it. Halfway through the bake, just take this out of the oven and flip the falafel over carefully. They should already be beautifully golden and starting to crisp up a little as well. Pop this back in the oven to finish baking. While these are baking, let's make the tahini dressing. Give your tahini jar a quick shake first to make sure that all the liquid and the paste has mixed through, because it always tends to separate out as it sits around. Pour half a cup of the tahini paste into a bowl. To this, add quarter cup of water and then the juice of a lemon. I like my tahini dressing to be super garlicky, so I'm adding in lots and lots of garlic powder and some freshly minced garlic as well. If you guys like this recipe, please hit that like button or even just drop me a comment. Thank you! Give the tahini dressing a quick whisk. Taste and adjust for seasoning. This needed a little bit more salt and a bit more of that lemon for tang. I'm switching out the little whisk to a big whisk just to make life easier. By this time, the falafel should be ready. It should be nice and soft on the inside and crispy on the outside. Yum! To assemble the wrap, simply spread some of that tahini dressing on some soft flat bread or pita bread. Load that up with those crispy falafels and then some sliced pickles. You can add in some greens or chopped tomato or even some pickled onions to this as well. I just didn't have any at home. Pour on loads more of that tahini dressing on top, and there you have it. You have yourself your very own homemade version of our Falafel Friday wraps. Guys, you know the drill. Please like this video, please subscribe to Arubakes, and please try this recipe out at home. Thanks for watching. Bye.